What's up? Welcome back to my channel. And as you can already see in the title, we're going to go through the books that I've read on my TBR so far. So I currently have about 18 books already. And I've only read about 5-ish books. I wanted to make this video because I want to share the books that I've read already. And I keep trying to tell myself that I'm not going to buy any more books until I read the books that I already have. But that is so hard to do. And I don't know why. Like, I just bought another book a couple weeks ago. And my mom just bought me another book too. So, I mean, I can't help it. I just keep attracting all these books. I don't know what it is. So before we get into this video, please make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I never say that too much in my videos. If you like lifestyle content, if you like content about books, if you like work from home content, just lifestyle content in general, then hit the subscribe button because we're staying consistent and we post videos every single Sunday. So with that being said, let's get into the video. So I always got my little notebook so I won't miss anything. So we're going to get into the books that I started my reading journey with. I read this book back in 2022, I want to say. And that is Verity by Colleen Hoover. I loved this book so much. Basically, this book is about a struggling writer that accepts a job to complete the unfinished series that Verity has started. She basically moves in the house to help finish the book. And throughout the whole time in the house, it's like some weird things going on. She finds some autobiographies by Verity that no one has ever seen, and not even the husband has seen. She finds some very triggering things throughout her autobiographies that's not published yet. This one is a psychological thriller, and let me tell you, when I read this book, when they say this is a psychological thriller, it is. I didn't realize how much this book was going to affect me. If you are thinking about reading this book, please look up the trigger warnings. It's a lot of scenes in this book that's really graphic, very detailed. Some things are a little cringy. I think the amount of smut that's in this book, I personally like the smut, okay? But I know a lot of people do not. If you do not like smut, this book may not be for you. And overall, I give this book about a 10 out of 10. I wish that I read more Colleen books before I read this book, because after I read this book, I was expecting more of her books to be like this. The other Colleen books that I've read were not like this at all, so I was kind of expecting them to be, and I was kind of let down a little bit on the other books because I am not really a romance girly. I like romance, but I also like romance with drama, with thriller, with psychological thriller. I don't like strictly romance books. But overall, I give it a 10 out of 10. The second book that I've read is Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. This is basically about a girl that falls in love with her brother's best friend, I want to say. I don't remember if she falls in love with her brother's best friend or is that his coworker. I don't remember. I read this book like 2 years ago, and I really don't remember nothing that happened. I don't remember what happened in this book. I'm sorry. But I do know it was a good read. If you love romance, like I said, I'm not a strictly romance girly, but it was a good read. I do wish it was a little bit more drama in here, a little bit more suspense. I consider this like a light drama, a lot of romance. The smut in this book, I give it about 7 out of 10. There are some scenes in here. There's more than some, but I don't think they're as graphic as Verity. So overall, I give this book about an 8 out of 10. If you love romance, pick this book up. It's really good. So my third book is Confess by Colleen Hoover. It's basically about a girl that gets a job at an art studio. She ends up falling in love with the man that owns the art studio. Apparently he has like a bad reputation in the town, so like a lot of people is trying to like keep her away from him. That's basically what the book is about. Her navigating life, trying to find love, and also take care of her daughter. It's another romance. I give this book about a 7 out of 10. It took me a while to actually finish this book because it didn't really keep me entertained through the whole book. It kind of like got me into a reading slump. Not a bad book. I just expected a little bit more. But it's a good book. I don't regret reading it. The smut in this book, I don't think there's any. There may be 1 or 2 scenes, but it's not much. You're in romance, really good book. Oh, she's scared me. Overall, it's a really good book. I do recommend it if you love romance. The next book on my list is The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. Sarah Morgan is a successful and powerful defense attorney in Washington, D.C. As a named partner in her firm, life is going exactly how she planned. But the same cannot be said for her husband, Adam. He's a struggling writer who has little success in his career, and he tires of his and Sarah's relationship as she is constantly working. Out in the secluded woods at the couple's lake house, Adam engages in a passionate affair with Kelly Summers. But one morning, everything changes. Kelly is found brutally stabbed to death, and now Sarah must take on her hardest case yet, defending her own husband, a man accused of murdering his mistress. This book was really good. I actually love this book. I give this book a 10 out of 10. I would say the ending of this book was kind of expected, because I've definitely thought about this happening at the end of the book. It is a twister. I really love this book because it has little romance and a lot of suspense, little thriller, little drama. And also, the author did a really good job with making everybody a potential suspect. Almost all the characters in this book, you would think all of them had something to do with this murder. That being said, get this book. I give it a 10 out of 10. I really loved it. So the last book that I absolutely loved, now if you follow me on Instagram, if you watch like my previous videos, you probably know what book I'm talking about. But if you don't, it is The House Made by Freida McFadden. This is the first book I ever read by Freida McFadden, and I absolutely love this book. Every day I clean the Winchesters' beautiful house top to bottom. I pick up their daughter from school, and I cook a delicious meal for the whole family before heading up to eat alone in my tiny room on the top floor. Try to ignore how Nina makes a mess just to watch me clean it up. How she tells strange lies about her own daughter, and now her husband, Andrew, seems very broken every day. But as I look into Andrew's handsome brown eyes, it's hard not to imagine what it would be like to live Nina's life. A walk-in closet, a fancy car, the perfect husband. I tried on one of Nina's pristine white dresses once, just to see what it looks like. But she soon finds out, and by the time I realize my attic door only locks from the outside, it's far too late. But I reassure myself the Winchesters do not know who I really am. They don't know what I'm capable of. I love this book because it was an easy read. So this book is about a girl that applies for a job as a housemaid. Little did she know that she was going to be treated unfairly. Little weird things are going on inside the house, and we're basically just trying to figure out why this stuff is happening. And the chapters are really short. That's what I love. Like, I do not like when chapters drag on. I don't really know if there are trigger warnings in this book because I wasn't triggered. If you are concerned about the trigger warnings, just because this is a psychological suspense, I will look them up before you decide to get this book. Freida McFadden did a really good job on keeping you entertained. It's a page turner, okay? You always want to know what's going to happen next. You just don't want to put this book down. It's really good. The Housemaid, get it. So if you read any of the books that I have mentioned in this video, please leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the books. Let me know if any of these books are on your TBR. Recommend me any new books, any books you think I should read. I think that wraps this video up. So if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see y'all in the next video.